All right, buckle up because what's brewing in Los Angeles right now isn't just your average NBA rumor. This feels different. This feels historic. The kind of thing that makes fans hold their breath when executives lose sleep. The Lakers, one of the most iconic franchises in sports history, are right at the center of a story that could shift the entire balance of power in the league. And trust me, it's not just whispers anymore. What started as a vague possibility has evolved into something tangible, something urgent, something that's got the entire NBA world paying attention. Behind the scenes, there's a flurry of activity. Phone calls are being made, meetings are happening behind closed doors, and certain people who are usually very vocal, are now choosing their words very carefully, or better yet, choosing not to say anything at all. The Lakers front office has gone radio silent, and in a world where silence often says more than words, this quiet is deafening. No denials, no clarifications, just nothing. That alone should tell you something big is up, but while they keep it quiet on the surface, deep down, the machine is running at full speed. Scouts are being reassigned to different regions. Space analysts are crunching numbers late into the night, exploring every possible financial scenario. The urgency in the building is palpable, as if they know something the rest of us are only starting to suspect. It feels like the calm before the storm, and the storm has a name. Let's not dance around it anymore. The player in question isn't just a good addition or a supporting star. He's a generational talent. We're talking about a two-time MVP, a finals MVP, a defensive juggernaut, and quite possibly one of the most dominant forces this league has ever seen. A player who once pledged loyalty to his small market team, resisting the bright lights and temptations of bigger cities. A player who carved out his legacy through grit, hard work, and sheer willpower. But now, for the first time in his career, that loyalty is being tested. And here's why. His current team, the one he's given everything to, is starting to show cracks. Injuries are piling up. Key players are aging out. Role players are looking elsewhere. The foundation that once supported him is crumbling, and he's beginning to ask himself a question he never thought he would. Is it time to move on? It's not about money. He's made his fortune. It's not about fame. He's already a global icon. This is about legacy. This is about championships. About building something that lasts beyond his prime. In the midst of all this, the Lakers are positioning themselves perfectly. They're not just interested. They're strategically aligning everything to make this happen. And they're one of the very few franchises with the history, the market, the platform, and most importantly, the willingness to go all in. They see what's at stake. They know what a player of this magnitude could do for their championship aspirations. And they're ready to make bold moves. Now, let's talk specifics. This player has 2 years left on his contract. But here's the catch. Any team that trades for him without his blessing would be taking a massive risk. If he doesn't agree to an extension, if he's not fully committed, that team could lose him for nothing in free agency. That's leverage. And that leverage makes his preferences a crucial factor in any negotiation. If he signals that Los Angeles is his preferred destination, his current team would have no choice but to negotiate with the Lakers. Otherwise, they'd risk losing him for pennies on the dollar. And that's where things get interesting, because the Lakers are quietly gathering assets, not just draft picks, but actual on-the-court talent. Players who can contribute right away. Players with potential. They're crafting a package that's both appealing and realistic. Not necessarily the biggest offer, but the smartest one. An offer that balances present competitiveness with future flexibility. Think about it. A versatile defender who can step in immediately. A rising young star with loads of potential. A solid guard who's still developing but already showing flashes of brilliance. Plus those ever valuable first-round picks. Picks that, by the way, would be unprotected. We're talking about 2 major first-rounders, one in 2029 and another in 3030, along with possible pick swaps. That's the kind of deal that forces even the most reluctant general manager to pick up the phone. Of course, this would come at a cost. The Lakers would have to part with some depth. Role players who have become fan favorites. Young talents who might one day shine in the league, but when a superstar like this becomes available, depth becomes a secondary concern. You don't pass up on the chance to pair a transcendent talent with your existing core, especially when the opportunity to create a new dynasty is within reach. Picture it for a second. This superstar joins forces with two other elite players, already wearing purple and gold. One, an all-time great nearing the twilight of his career, but still performing at an incredibly high level. The other, a rising star who's already making a name for himself with his scoring and playmaking abilities. Together, they'd form one of the most formidable trios the league has ever seen. Three basketball minds, three unique skill sets, all complementing each other perfectly. The synergy, the versatility, the sheer talent. This wouldn't just make the Lakers contenders, it would make them favorites, heavy favorites. And the beauty of it is, this superstar wouldn't need to carry the entire load like he's had to. In the past, he'd be joining a system, a culture, a brotherhood. He'd be part of a team that understands the weight of expectations and thrives under pressure. He wouldn't be alone in those late game moments. He wouldn't have to be the sole focus of opposing defenses every night. Instead, he'd be able to play freer, more efficiently, focusing on what he does best while elevating everyone around him. Behind the scenes, the Lakers front office is already working the angles. Cap space experts are finding ways to make the numbers fit. Draft assets are being evaluated for maximum impact. Developmental players are part of the conversation. Even long-term picks are being put on the table. They're not leaving any stone unturned. Because when a player of this caliber becomes even remotely available, you pull out all the stops. Now, why would this player consider leaving the only team he's ever known? Loyalty has been his mantra, but loyalty doesn't guarantee success. Not when injuries derail your core. Not when financial constraints limit your front office. His supporting cast is falling apart. His window for contention is narrowing, and he's realizing that staying put out of principle might cost him more than he's willing to lose. He's hungry. He wants more rings, and he knows the clock is ticking. On the flip side, the Lakers represent opportunity, stability, a chance to join a franchise with a championship pedigree and the resources to surround him with the right pieces. The city, the market, the global spotlight, all of that matters. But above all, it's about winning. It's about securing his legacy alongside the legends who came before him. He wouldn't be chasing a paycheck. He'd be chasing greatness. For the Lakers, this isn't just a short-term play. Bringing in a superstar of this magnitude would reset their competitive timeline. It would energize the fan base, send a clear message to the league, and set them up for sustained success. It's not about quick fixes. It's about building the next era of dominance. They've done it before. They know how this game is played. Meanwhile, around the league, rival executives are watching nervously. Teams that once thought they had a shot at this player are now reassessing their chances. Miami, Boston, New York, all the usual suspects are in the mix, but none offer what Los Angeles does. Not just in terms of market appeal, but in the ability to build a contender around him immediately. The ripple effects would be massive. His departure would signal the end of an era for his current team. Other contenders would scramble to adjust. The entire power structure of the league would shift. Suddenly, the Western Conference would look very different. The Lakers wouldn't just be a playoff team. They'd be a juggernaut. And the rest of the NBA would have to play catch-up. Of course, no move comes without risks. Injuries, chemistry issues, the burden of expectations, these are all valid concerns. But the Lakers have always been a franchise that bets on star power. They've built their legacy on the shoulders of superstars. And this particular superstar isn't just talented, he's relentless. He works in silence, competes with fire, and honors every jersey he puts on. His focus isn't on glitz and glamour, it's on banners hanging from the rafters. The next steps are crucial. The Lakers are set to meet with his camp this offseason. Those conversations will set the tone. If he signals interest, things could escalate quickly. All it takes is one call, one meeting, one subtle hint that Los Angeles is his preferred destination. And from that moment, the wheels will be in motion. Because keeping a disgruntled superstar is a dangerous game. His current team knows that. They can't afford to let this drag on. They'll need to act and act decisively. So while everything seems calm on the surface, remember, beneath that calm, there's a storm brewing. And when it hits, it could redefine not just the Lakers' future, but the entire NBA landscape. We're not just talking about trades. We're talking about legacies, dynasties, and history being written in real time. Before we continue, we ask, that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on. In a stunning move that has sent shockwaves throughout the NBA, the Los Angeles Lakers have officially announced the acquisition of Miami Heat star Bam Adebayo. The unexpected signing marks one of the most significant trades of the offseason and signals a bold new direction for the Lakers as they aim to return to championship contention. Adebayo, known for his elite defense, rebounding prowess, and versatility on both ends of the floor, has been a cornerstone of the Heat's identity in recent years. His ability to guard multiple positions, anchor a defense, and contribute offensively with his passing and finishing at the rim made him a fan favorite in Miami and a vital piece of their playoff runs, including the 2020 Finals appearance. Now, he brings that same intensity and skill set to Los Angeles, joining forces with LeBron James and Anthony Davis in what could become one of the most formidable trios in the league. The move not only boosts the Lakers' front court, but also helps address key weaknesses exposed during the past season. While the exact details of the trade have yet to be fully disclosed, reports suggest the Lakers parted ways with a combination of young talent and future draft picks to land Adebayo. It's a clear signal that the franchise is in win-now mode, maximizing what could be the final championship window of LeBron's legendary career. The reaction across the league has been swift, with analysts and fans alike debating the implications for both franchises. For Miami, losing Adebayo represents the end of an era and raises serious questions about their future direction. For the Lakers, it's an all-in bet on star power and experience to deliver banner number 18. With training camp still weeks away, the excitement in Los Angeles is already palpable. The purple and gold faithful are dreaming big. And with Bam Adebayo now wearing Lakers colors, the NBA landscape just got a lot more interesting. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.